Paul Simpson is officially at the wheel of Carlisle United Football Club, and I could not be happier. I am ecstatic, thrilled, all of the words in the dictionary that mean happy. I'm all of them. I'm absolutely over the moon with this news. There's still fairly recent. It's, oh my God, what an evening to be a Carlisle United Football Club supporter. This is just amazing. This is what we've all been dreaming of since Simmo came back in as interim manager. And it just, it has made my year. Honestly, it has made my year. So, this is the celebration video, if you like, for Simmo's new deal. And in the video, I'll talk about what I want to happen with the club and where I'd like to see us go and what I'd like to see us improve on and all the rest of it. So yeah, on with the video. So obviously, yeah, in the intro I touched on what I do in this video, and I'm going to start off with where I'd like to see the club go. The obvious one is into League One. It's everyone wants it, and it's just, it has to happen. It's been far too long in League Two. I think it's since 2014 we've been in League Two, and it is far too long. It's been a long time coming, and I think with Simmo we can do it. Playing like how we have with Simmo this second half of the season, I think we can actually go up within these 3 years. Maybe even next year we could push for it, to be honest. Even with this squad we have now, I reckon we could push for it. So yeah, I'd like to see us go up to League One, and not just go up to League One. I'd like to see us stay there and cement ourselves as a League One club again. And maybe even I don't mean to be cheeky or push it, or even maybe even see us get promoted to the Championship for a wild run in a few years. Maybe maybe nothing. I'm not predicting it. I'm just saying maybe. But yeah, that is where I'd like to see us go. League One, and anything above that would be it's just unimaginable, really. Yeah, so League One. But it's like, it's amazing, really, how Simmons just came in and made us look like a promotion hunting team. I think next year we could go into it, maybe just with a couple of signings, which I'll touch on in a minute. And we could have the whole league if we wanted to. Maybe I'm being overly biased and just stupid, but I think we could go far next year with Simmo's leadership. So yeah, that is like where I'd like to see the club go that direction. The only way is up from here, really. We've had years and years of shit result after shit result, season after season. It's tiring, and the only way is up. The only way is up. That is something I will say for until these 3 years are up with Simmo. The only way is up. That is just what I'm living off now. So yeah. So I'll move on to what I'd like to see us improve on and how I think we can build the club with signings and positions and everything like that. Okay, so moving on to who I'd like to bring in, what I'd like to strengthen about the club. And I haven't got any names that come to mind when I'd like to, say bring anyone in, because League Two appointment is ridiculous. You don't know who you're going to get. It's not like a Championship or a Premier League where it's like, well, this club's going to sign this player because, they need that. It's League Two. You haven't got a whole array of players just to pick from. I'll have him. You can't do that. It's unpredictable who's going to come to your club. You pull out people from non-league. Who's that guy? Joe Senior. Never heard of him, but he's good, so we've got him. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So I'd like, I can't tell you who I want to sign. Obviously, I could be like, oh, I'd like to sign Messi. Of course I would, but I can't tell you that. So I'd like to see us build a young base, and like just not, when I say young, I don't mean 19 and particularly, just 25, kind of stuff like that, entering their prime, and I think that'd be brilliant. Bring in backup midfielders, because as we saw this season, the injuries have got to us. Callum Guy, Corey Whelan both getting injured, and players like Danny Devine stepping in. Now I like the guy, but his footballing ability isn't too amazing, so I do think a better backup is needed. And again, it's the same problem in the back line. You see players like Joe Senior getting injured, and then Kelvin Mellor steps in. Again, he's all right. I just don't rate his football ability. And again, even in the attack, you see players getting injured. You know, we haven't had too many injuries in the attack, but it's like our backup strikers aren't too amazing. Luis Alessandro, he is amazing. I think he should be starting, but that's for a different day. But it's like, you know, Tristan Abrahams, he's out on loan at the moment, but he's not the best backup. Again, players like Mampala, I don't even know where he's gone, but he isn't the best backup. Gimme Toure, again, I love him. I absolutely adore him, but he isn't the best backup. So I think, you know, what we need to do is we need to work on just the backbone of our team, and just work on strengthening, really, just general depth. We need to work on depth, because I think the starting 11 is amazing. Maybe, you know, a new keeper, because Mark Howard he's getting on, but you know, that man plays like a 20-year-old. He could go on forever, I think. But you know what? Scrap the idea of a backup keeper. I've just remembered we have Magnus Norman, who's a brilliant keeper on his own. So we don't even need a backup keeper. We've got a brilliant backup. So scrap that. But we just need to work on general depth just work as depth. You know, sign in, maybe even bring in 19-year-olds for depth, because by the time some of the older players, you know, eventually retire or move on, those 19-year-old lads will be at the age where they can step in and they can, you know, play consistent starting football. So, you know, in these 3 years, we just need to build a solid base for whoever comes in next. Whoever it'll be. Pep Guardiola, I'm hearing he's free soon, so we'll have him. But yeah, we just need a solid base for whoever comes in. A solid young base is what I've got written down on my notepad. So yeah, that's what I'd like to see happen with the players. Again, it's a bit all over the place. I can't name players because it's League Two. But that is what I'd like to see happen. So yeah, that was, you know, who I'd like to bring in and everything like that. And it's a short video, I know, and I'm very sorry for the lack of uploads in the past 8 days. Harrogate, I couldn't get to. I couldn't watch it because I was a very busy man this weekend. But this weekend, you'll be happy. It's not Carlisle, unfortunately. I'm not at the Stevenage game, as much as I'd like to be. I'm at the Nottingham Forest versus Swansea game, so there will be a video about that. Don't you worry. I know it's not Carlisle related. I can hear you all crying now. It's, you know, I wish it was Carlisle related as well. But I'm going to see the Magic Forest, who've just beat Fulham 1-0, by the way. So if you didn't know that, there we go. But yeah, I'll see you all on Saturday. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.